Hello BookTube, my name is Darcy, I'm 21 and I'm from Melbourne, and these are my top 5 favourite books of 2015. This was my first year on BookTube and I thought I did pretty well. I didn't post regularly. I didn't really read that many books this year, but I watched a lot of BookTube. And that counts for something. And also considering that in previous years I had read maybe 5 or 6 books in an entire year, I'm pretty pleased with how many I read this year. However, at the moment I'm in this massive reading slump and I don't know why. My brain is like, Darcy, you have other things to be doing other than reading. Why don't you keep on watching Gossip Girl? Or drive to the beach and swim for a couple of hours. Or rewatch Sailor Moon right from the beginning. Why don't you spend your time doing that, Darcy? At the moment, I'm right in the middle of Royal Assassin, the second book in the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb, and I'm loving it. It's so good, but just this slump is never ending. I can only read for 10 minutes at a time lately, and I am hoping that I will soon get out of it. Anyway, enough about my reading slump that I'm currently in. Number 5 of my top 5 books this year is Lolita by Vladimir Nabokov. Vladimir Nabokov. So whilst reading this book, I didn't think I was really enjoying it that much. Whilst I really appreciated the way it was written and the very poetic style of writing, I felt like I shouldn't be enjoying it. And initially at the time, I only gave this book 3 stars out of 5, but over time, I haven't stopped thinking about this book. Even though sometimes it made me feel quite physically ill and mentally gross because I was sympathizing with the lead character and I was like, what's going on? Why do I feel for this guy? He's clearly a pedophile pervert man. But I think that shows a great book. I love it when you are meant to not like a character and you end up adoring them. For example, Blair Waldorf. And even though one of my goals when reading a book is to be entertained, another goal is to have my thoughts provoked. And this book certainly disappointed in doing that. I've thought about it, as I said before, I've thought about it every single day since. So this is number 5. Woohoo! Number 4 on my list is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Aliassayen. I loved this book so damn much. I loved it while reading it. I loved it when it finished. Months after I finished reading it, I still adore the crap out of this book. Everything about it I loved. I loved the pacing, the characters, and I really loved that for once there was a main character, Dante, who adored his parents. Because I'm so sick of reading a book where the characters are like, oh, my bloody parents. Actually, Maddie Ness, I think I'm saying that correct. I made a really interesting video about this, about the concept of parents in books. I'll link that video down below, I highly recommend it. And it really made me think of this book about Ari and Dante and the relationship they both have with their parents, how it's not all bad for once. This is the kind of book that I would recommend to anybody, any age group, any kind. I think that everyone can kind of grab something from it. It focuses on identity, friendship, love, family. This is a really good book for anyone who wants to get back into reading or wants to start reading. So that's number 4. Number 3 is Hollow City by Ransom Riggs, which is the second book in the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children trilogy. I loved this trilogy as a whole, but I think Hollow City is the best book by far. It's the second one. I just found the pacing of this book in particular so consistent throughout, and I sped through this book. I flew through. I thought all the characters really started to develop throughout this book, and which was so interesting. And I felt this was the book that integrated the pictures with it in the most seamless kind of way. And again, just like Ari and Dante, I would recommend this book series to everyone. I think it's so spectacular. I'm so excited for the movie. But Hollow City was definitely the standout for me. Number 2 is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J Maas. This is the second book in the Throne of Glass series, and this sequel blew my mind. I read Throne of Glass and was like, holy crap, this is just really exciting and well-written fan fiction that I'm really excited about. And then the sequel happened and it was like, ah! That was when I really kind of latched onto the characters and just was like, Kale, let me hold you. I found Selena the most likable in this book. I found every single character the best version, or rather the most interesting version of themselves in this book. And even though I've read every single other book in the Throne of Glass series, this one was by far the most joyous to read and I found the most gripping, interesting. Pacing was consistent throughout. That's one thing I really enjoy when I read. I love it when, even in action scenes and the build up to an action scene, I love it when a book is just kind of trotting along at the same pace the entire time. It frustrates me when it's really, really slow and then everything happens. Speaking of good pacing and good everything else and good characters and good plot and good world building, here is my favourite book of 2015. Mistborn: The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. This was fantastic in every single way, shape or form. I feel like even if you're not a fantasy reader, you will enjoy this. Sometimes when I read a book that I really, really loved and really enjoyed, it can sometimes miss like one thing, like, oh, that was a fantastic plot, but I didn't really care about the characters enough. Or vice versa, like, oh, they were fantastic characters, but storyline was a bit Brandon Sanderson manages to cover it all in this book. Fantastic characters, fantastic world building, everything. I have no idea, like, and you're going to think I'm the biggest hypocrite in the world when I say that I haven't finished this trilogy yet. I've read the second one and I loved it as well. It was like my brain had too much power in it and I just needed to take a step away from the world for a while. And now I really regret it because like there's things about the series that I don't really remember in my brain. Regardless, Hero of Ages is definitely the next on my list to read after I finish Royal Assassin, and this was by far my favourite book of 2015. So that wraps it up! Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to comment, like, or subscribe and do all that fun stuff. Hope you all had a really lovely festive season. Hope you'll have a safe new year, and I'll see you guys in 2016. Hooray! See you later, bye!